Welcome, one and all, to the China Show, the Real China Show, episode
271.
Excellent.
271. Do you know what the country code is?
No.
There is none. Do you know what the area code is?
No.
There is none.
Oh,
Shout out to the void.
Okay, so this is for everybody who doesn't live in a country.
Yes, it's weird. It's weird how they block off certain numbers. I wonder if they're probably for future stuff, like if there's some weird new country, like some island pops up.
Maybe.
Anyway, I did want to do a
Maybe
little
this is for like people living on boats and stuff.
Yes, it's for people living on boats. That's what we have. Today in the China Show, we have a massive show full of scandal this time.
Lots of cover-ups happening in China and the kind of stuff that you just wouldn't believe.
The kind of stuff that they absolutely are going to be furious that we're sharing.
Yes.
There's some nuts stuff. Do you remember the whole, I'll allude to it, remember the whole like milk powder scandal years ago?
Oh, yeah.
It's like this, except it's turning, just before the show, it started turning into something much bigger. So we got some breaking stuff in relation to the scandals that are happening. You guys have probably heard a little bit about the lead poisoning. It's much bigger than you think it is.
Yep.
Not to mention a big cover-up at a school. We're talking about that. But I wanted to ask you a question. We're trying to get some data here. I put up a poll. It says, did you get a notification for the show? I want you to click either yes or no. Did YouTube alert you that this show is going to come up? Because the majority of people say they have notifications turned on.
Yeah.
And some people are saying they're not getting a notification, which is not good. So go ahead and answer.
It's always good to know. Do some housekeeping. Anyway, should we show everybody what's coming up?
Yes.
All right, so let's roll the sizzle reel. If I can find the mouse here. Let's do it. Coming up
in today's China Show.
Why have you summoned me here?
And of course, much, much more.
Right.
Excellent. There's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
The much, much more is real.
Yeah, let's saunter right into it with what's new. What's going on with this guy?
Let's look at the spaghetti nonsense. This poor guy.
Those are fiber cables, by the way.
Yeah.
And this guy's obviously there to set up people's internet. And yeah, somebody just recorded it on the side of the street in China. Not a very cool thing to do if you've ever been a technician who works with networks. That looks like a nightmare.
So the next clip here is kind of important. You guys know that China is spending billions of dollars to make itself look amazing abroad, right? They're literally, they're not stopping, right? This is their high-speed rail. It's one of their famous projects. They promote it everywhere. And I went on this very specific line in Jilin in northern China. Let's see it.
Okay.
Because that's what you want.
You know what that is? That is China's high-speed rattle.
China's high-speed rattle.
Yeah, you can see the CRH logo over there. This is the China high-speed rail. And you know what? This is not the first clip of its kind to come out. I've shown this before. One of the big selling points of Chinese propaganda is the high-speed rail. Okay? You see it. Every shill that goes about it, they like balance a coin or whatever and say, look, it's so smooth. It's not that smooth. I've used it a lot. It's not bad. It's usually pretty good. But it also has, circumstances like this where it's very bad. And you don't want to be traveling at any speed when the whole thing's shaking like that.
Yeah, these things are ripping.
Yeah. And look, I mean, that's just China for you. You would expect a bit of shortcuts to be taken when it comes to inspection and maintenance. And also the materials used in the wheels, because that's what would cause this.
Absolutely.
I
want to get a little goal going here. We have 539 likes. I'd like to match it to the amount of viewers. So if you guys can give a thumbs up, that would be awesome. It'd really help get on people's feeds.
Yeah,
Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, so anyway, just so you know, it's not this infallible, amazing, technology, the high-speed rail in China. It's not like Japan. In Japan, it really is as good as they say it is. In Japan, it's so meticulously inspected. It's incredible. But in China, it's kind of thrown together sloppily in certain, aspects, and this is the result.
Yes, unfortunately. Give a thumbs up if you wouldn't ride that.
Sure. I'd be terrified.
Going at like 300 kilometers an hour or whatever.
What is going on here?
This is the story of a girl.
It's not,
no, it's not. This is a story of some students, and these are cameras.
Yeah, these are like anti-cheat cameras.
Yeah.
But you know what? cheating is rampant
Yes.
in China. Now, the problem is there's this thing, it's called the Great Equalizer. It's called the Gaokao. It's this, test, this university entrance test that people take at the end of high school. And it's just the most important thing in a person's life. But it's the Great Equalizer. The reason I say that is it doesn't matter if you're rich or if you're poor, you have to take it. So what happens is normally if you've got a rich kid, spoiled rich kid, they usually go study abroad so that they can avoid taking this test. Okay? Because rich kids mess around. It depends on their family. Some of them are they're very studious, but a lot of them, they've got so much money, they don't pay attention to their studies.
Sure.
So there have been cases in the past where teachers have been bribed to take, and there's this horrible story where a teacher came out and, she's had a bad conscience her whole life because she swapped out the results from a rich kid with a poor kid. And the poor kid excelled at studies and actually failed the Gaokao because she switched it out for a rich kid's one. So the poor kid that did really well ended up not having any career prospects and actually had to go become in the service industry and do real menial work. But the rich kid got her results and then obviously went off to a nice university. That kind of things happen in the past. But another thing rich kids do is they cheat. And they're constantly catching these very ingenious ways of cheating. There'll be a van parked outside transmitting the answers, and they'll wear glasses that have got a little camera in them to see it and a little hidden microphone and that kind of thing, right? They keep catching them and they keep finding out new ways of doing it. It's pretty ingenious, the cheats that they come up with. So that's what this is all about.
That's nuts.
It's because cheating is so rampant during this time, they have to have one camera for every student to meticulously watch exactly what they're doing.
They already have one camera for every citizen in the country, right?
Yeah. But that also is pretty dystopian.
It is.
You know what's dumb about it, though? Someone still snuck in a cell phone to film that.
It's true.
So it shows it's not very
I
effective.
didn't think about that.
Yeah. Now this is an interesting one. You're just chilling out in a restaurant, minding your own business, right? Having a little snack. It's your lunchtime, it's your lunch break. Just chilling, thinking about life. What?
Guy came in and stole his Coke. And he goes, I'm so hot. I'm so hot.
Yeah, it's
Grabbed the Coke
it's
and ran.
how
Yeah.
It's so hot. It's so hot. And he just grabbed his drink and walked out. And they were like, what? The guy said, oh, he must be hot. I don't know how I would react. Probably in the same way as this guy's like, wait, what?
It's pretty funny, though.
Yeah. It's like, what just happened? He's just frozen. He's like, what? Okay, we gotta talk about this because look, if we hadn't brought this up, people would pester us. There's this huge scandal that erupted last week in China about this guy. Now, it was initially reported that he was a 60-year-old man. It turns out he's actually 38.
Yeah.
And what can you say? What you're seeing behind us is a blurred collage of of his victims, or I don't know if victim is the right word, to be honest. But basically, this guy would dress up as a woman and then propose people basically offer free sexual services to people.
Trying to stay monetized here.
Yeah, sorry, he'd offer whatever. So he'd probably go on these dating sites like Tinder or whatever, the equivalent in China, like Tantan or whatever. Yeah. He'd get them to come over to his apartment, they'd do their thing, but he'd be filming them secretly. Okay, and what was it, 1,700? Yeah. He filmed 1,700 encounters with random strangers, right?
Men, yeah.
Yeah, with men. They had, part of the deal is they have to bring him a gift, right? So they'll bring gifts, and then what he had is, he had
apples and oil and
random
rice.
Groceries and stuff. Anyway, the thing that's, this is just all kind of a crazy situation, but he had a pay for group that people would pay to go and watch him do this, right? Because he was secretly recording. The people that participated in this didn't know.
Yeah.
Until some of the people that had gone to see him joined that group, and they found themselves in that group, which is just, it's ridiculous, right?
How can we not look at that picture anymore?
It's creepy, but The problem is, like, I don't know. This has really been a massive scandal because now the way the Chinese internet works is they do what's called a renro, which is a human flesh search engine, which I guess in this point is very apt to call it that. They've got something called the human flesh search engine. So when people find a picture of someone online, they'll start asking, who knows this person? Does anyone know this? Until they find out who it is. So they've been like doxing and finding out the details of every single 1,700 men that have participated in this. Yeah. So it's a massive scandal. It's a massive, like...
What I found interesting about this is because it was so big,
yeah,
because it was such a big scandal, people are even making Lego,
like a Lego,
reenactments.
Yeah, reenactments of what's going on.
Obviously, we can't show you
no, we're not going to show
footage,
you
so we figure we'd show you the Lego reenactment that's receiving a gift.
Yeah.
And this is maybe what was transpiring.
Outside the door. Yeah.
You know, there's those trends I won't get into too much detail, but you know those OnlyFans things, they're shocking people and everyone's like outraged and stuff about how many encounters one person might have. It's very much akin to that.
It's similar, but this wasn't done publicly.
No.
This was like he secretly recorded them.
Yes. Yeah. Either way.
Yes.
It's vile.
We had to bring it up. We're done with it. Let's move on. Yeah. Now, have you ever wanted to get revenge against somebody with bright, like high beams or brights? All the time. And in China... there's this unfortunate situation where I think people just don't care, number one. And number two, they don't know how lights work. So they constantly have it on the brights, you know, the high beams all the time. And when you drive in China, you just have high beams behind you, high beams in front of you. It's infuriating. So this guy's built one of the most fantastic anti-high beam systems I've ever seen.
Let's see.
So it strobes and follows. So first he puts it on bright, so he warns him, turn off your high beams. Yeah. And then it starts to strobe, and then it actually follows them as they go past and just blinds them. I wish I had this.
It's pretty dangerous, though.
Yes, but you know what? It would be the most satisfying. See, that person turned their thing down.
Yeah, it worked.
It does work. This guy's not. He's not. So it's like, oh, really? Here, take this, you piece of shit. Sorry, excuse my language. But, you know, anyone who's driven at night through China, or driven at night anywhere, really, because you'll always get somebody who really is just a real annoyance and doesn't want to turn it off. You see, he did turn it off. Isn't that interesting?
It sometimes works.
Yeah, it's because the only way to make him stop is to hit him back, fight fire with fire.
To be fair, they'll probably remember next time too. They're like, I remember when I lost my retina.
Yes, you know? Yes, exactly.
When they have arc eye at night.
Yes,
the inside of their eyeballs itching. They're like, I wish I hadn't done that.
Exactly. What's happening with the Monkey King over here?
China's only superhero.
Yes. That's hilarious. I didn't see that clip.
There's a security guard trying to get him to not jump over the railing into the river.
I think maybe the security guard was trying to get him to move on because, you know, a lot of these guys...
he's a beggar.
A lot of them, they go and they charge money to take photos with them. And, you know, if you're in a touristy spot, you're not supposed to do that without a permit. Yeah. So I want to play that again because it's just too good. So I think the security guard's hassling him, right?
Yes. Give a thumbs up for the Monkey King.
By the way, I love that. So he's like, no, you better get out of here. He's like, oh, really? Whoops. Better go help him.
Ballard.
Oh, it's a Ballard Report. Ooh, look at this guy.
So, yeah, let's pause it.
Okay.
Let's look at this guy.
Yeah.
So Ballard Report, we show you why China is erecting bollards everywhere, all over the country. It's to stop vehicular manslaughter, to stop these mass murders happening. Yeah. These bollards are usually giant cement-looking balls, marble-looking balls. And what they do is they put them everywhere so that a car can't go off the road and then hit a bunch of people because they keep doing that, keep murdering hundreds of kids.
Yeah, it's horrible.
It's horrible. It's no joke. Yeah. But the Ballard Report is to show you all the other efforts to stop vehicles, right? So the bollards can be rails, they can be posts, right? In this case, these are as a bollard set up to keep vehicles outside of a pedestrian area. Yes. This guy doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, look at him. He's all over the thing. He's doing initial D drifts. He's figured a way around, yeah.
This woman, on the other hand, just want to see if you guys get frustrated at this.
You know what I'm going to say? The scariest part about this is Never mind the lack of misunderstanding of just general life in general, right?
Right.
Or the way things work, or directions, or physics, or all of that
Common
stuff.
sense.
Common sense.
Yeah.
I think the worst part about it is she's about to go and ride on the streets in traffic with that knowledge of how turning works.
With kids
Without helmets, yeah. I think that's the worst part of this. I mean, and then she still hits that little curb and can't even go over it. This is so annoying.
Boy.
Yeah, now the kids are gonna hop on and she's gonna go drive off. Anyway,
She needs bollards.
Yes, she does. So people, this was posted on Chinese social media on Xiaohongshu, but apparently was deleted.
Yeah.
Immediately after. And what you're seeing here are tanks disguised as a construction worker's hut.
If there's one thing I know, it's Beijing and tanks do not mix.
No, don't put tanks.
Or
in
they
Beijing.
mix very well, depending on what side you're on here.
Yeah, I mean, they do kind of go together like bullets and guns.
Yeah.
Beijing and tanks.
So this is removed off of Xiaohongshu Little Red Book,
Yeah.
Red Note, as you might know it. The failed attempt at getting Americans to go over and use that instead of TikTok.
Yeah.
It was removed, but yet it resurfaced
Yeah.
on platforms like X, like Twitter.
Yeah.
It's interesting. People are wondering what it's for. It could be a new tank design.
Yes.
Could be getting ready for a military parade. Nobody knows. It's speculative.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see, though.
Yes.
'Cause why cover it?
Yeah, why cover it? There's no reason to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, why film it? Anyway, over here we've got Shanghai, richest,
Yes.
most cosmopolitan city in China. And this is, remember what I told you before? One of the first things that happened to me when I was walking around in China. I thought I saw a bunch of dead people on the side of
Yes,
the road.
you did. You're like, I've witnessed an atrocity.
I just thought like there was a massive like accident
Gas
or
explosion.
Yeah, maybe like they all got electrocuted,
Yeah.
or maybe like a truck overturned and everyone was like run over. But this is what happens when the lower echelon of society take a break in the middle of the day.
They sleep in the
Yeah, they
sidewalk.
sleep on the sidewalks, right? And again, it just kind of shows you that China's just not there yet. When you're construction workers, when you're street sweepers, when you're low end, of society, during their lunch break, have to sleep.
Lower income.
Yeah, the lower income. When they have to sleep on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
In the
Well,
heat.
nothing's provided for them.
Yeah. It just shows you society's just not there yet. Now
That's so scary.
he's just hit some power lines over there.
Pow, pow, power lines. Big
Ooh,
wheel,
and then
dump
now
truck.
it's catching fire. Get out of there, bro.
Yo!
I'm surprised it can still move.
Yo! And he keeps driving back into it. Now it's
the roof is
igniting
arcing?
the cab.
I don't know how he's. Oh, hang on.
Oh, okay.
I just don't know how he's okay. I mean, maybe it's the fact that he's got rubber tires, so it's not grounding, or I don't know.
I think it's a few more hits, and yeah, I get the whole grounding thing. That's why you want to be in a car if there's like a lightning storm.
Yeah,
right?
and he's in a Faraday cage, maybe. I don't know.
But he's directly in constant contact. It's only a matter of time before it's the wrong part.
Yeah, you're right. Just lower your bin next time, dude. Don't drive around like that.
Wow.
Be a bit more like aware of your surroundings, maybe.
That's a chocolate moment.
It certainly is. I think I'll give you a chocolate for that.
Oh my dear chocolate.
The reason I brought up Chocolato is a perfect transition into our next
Yes,
clip.
Chongqing. Everybody knows Chongqing, the cyberpunk city in the future that's actually really dirty and kind of gross, and it's got some fancy LEDs in some places at night.
Yeah.
They
Because
keep-
LEDs means progress and future.
Yeah, and on top of that, it's got that badly planned train that goes through a building.
Yeah.
You know the place.
Yeah.
The 22nd floor place.
Yeah, all the people get paid to go or incentivized to go travel there and be like, wow, China's living in the future.
Yes.
We exposed that, by the way,
Yep.
previously.
Well, let's get back to Chongqing again.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Get away from Zap Truck.
Behold, Chongqing.
So, I just want to say, you can have a fancy mall. You can put marble, you can make it look nice, you can put lights in it. But
Yeah.
of course, if you take shortcuts during construction, if you do tofu drag construction, the roof is going to collapse and water's going to come pouring out.
Yeah. Chongqing is actually chock full of infrastructure disaster. Remember that when all the roads got like ripped up and all like
Yep.
jagged and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
It's nuts because they really rushed that city, right? It's one of the biggest cities in the world.
Yeah.
And they really rushed development. They used poor. I mean, it's never been a wealthy place, but it's now is. So they rushed it and used very poor standards of building quality.
Well, it's kind of like, imagine you have a crack in your driveway.
Yeah.
And like you can see rusty stuff underneath, and so all you do is pour some Quikrete on top of it, and then that it comes through that. Then you just put some like old banana peels, and then cover it with sand, and then you put
noodles.
Then you put like a bath mat over it or something, and then you just cover that with dirt again.
It's kind of that.
It's that type of thing. So every time something pops up, they just like patch it with something.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, that's Chongqing.
Good job, Chongqing.
Again, last week.
Killing it. Killing it, Chongqing.
3 days ago.
Beautiful, beautiful city.
Fancy Chongqing Mall.
We could probably do an entire show just on like Chongqing's failures.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Yeah, we could actually. It'd be funny.
This is Inner Mongolia. Look at this. This is in a dry place in China. It became an absolute torrential river. And I think the reason I want to show this is that hasn't stopped. What's happened is the floods have gone, like the floods in Texas.
Yeah.
Very well documented, very well covered. Emergency response, aid, charity, right? Or some foibles along the way. My heart goes out to the people in Texas. China has become a river, like the country, because it started in the south and central China.
Yeah.
And it started moving up, and now it's all the way up in the north.
You know what really, really annoys me to no end is that when the Texas floods happened, all of China focused on it.
Yes.
And it was put everywhere.
Yes.
On top of that, the tragedy that happened in Texas with the people drowning and the children drowning especially, I mean, it's heart-wrenching, it's terrible. But the fact that it got coverage meant that there were people that were concerned, people that could donate, charity.
People that went there.
Lessons were learned. We don't want this to happen again, even though something similar did happen like in the 90s, I believe, a similar thing. But we don't want this to happen again. People are going to be held to task. We're going to make sure that we fix this infrastructure. We're going to make sure this kind of situation doesn't arise again. In China, the scale of what has happened over the last couple of weeks, like a month,
It dwarfs Texas.
I don't know how many thousands of people have been killed by the floods there. It's insane. But guess what? No coverage. So then there is no sympathy. There is no charity. There is no holding to account. There's nothing that's going to be done to prevent it next time.
We're living in a world now where authoritarian governments like China can cover everything up and then they ban any media coming out about it. So then it's effectively didn't happen.
Yes.
So, like, I don't want to be heartless here, but did it happen if nobody knows about it?
Yeah. It's that whole thing, like if a tree in a forest falls on a mime, did he die?
Right.
It's that kind of thing. So it's like, and no one saw it, obviously.
Yeah.
The thing is, in China,
Apparently you did.
Yeah, thousands and thousands of people have died in these floods.
Yes.
But nobody knows about it. So their lives are worthless. That nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to remember.
Nope.
Nobody's going to donate to family. Nobody's going to help.
You know what's a great example? I should have included this. There was a great article about the Texas floods, and it said, here's the names and faces of every victim. And it was like a beautiful memorial thing. It was on the news, right? It was widely circulated all over the world. Yet here in China, we don't have anything of the sort. In fact, it would be removed. And those people, the victims of the people that died would get harassed if they shared something like that.
Yeah.
Because
Family
the government
members,
goes, no. Do you know why? This is not just nature, right? I think people get bored of like, oh, natural disaster. Of course, China is like, they don't have a choice, right?
Yeah.
Like nature's going to happen, right?
Sure.
The problem is it's a hybrid, and it is actually mostly man-made problems because the drainage doesn't work. There's fake drains.
Yes.
The infrastructure is set up to quite literally become a sponge and then flood, right? All of these things, because nothing's addressed or fixed because it becomes illegal to talk about, you end up with Zhengzhou, where an entire tunnel, 5-kilometer tunnel flooded, and it was back-to-back with traffic, right?
Correct. And all the subways flooded, and people, because the government was so inadequate and they did not want to stop the services or even announce a warning to the people went about their business and they all drowned to death in the subways. Live stream themselves drowning to death.
It's horrific, and China's still, now it's up north. Now the floods are going north. So we've never learned, we've never fixed, we've never improved because China doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Human life is worthless in China, according to the government.
Exactly.
Anyway, just wanted to bring focus back to it.
Yeah. I mean, we keep showing these floods every week, and that's because they haven't stopped. They haven't relented. I mean, look, it's the 9th.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Weeks now, right? Just
Yeah.
it's relentless. This was interesting. This was being marketed as a Winnie the Pooh sandwich in China.
Okay, all right.
And remember, it's illegal to compare the leader's image to Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, but it's not illegal to have Winnie the Pooh merchandise. It's illegal to compare Xi Jinping to Winnie the Pooh.
I highly doubt this was licensed.
No, there never are. Nothing is licensed in China. You joking?
No, but somebody ordered this.
They ordered it, did they?
Just like to show you the result.
Wow. Yeah, that's not quite what I was expecting.
You know that tastes terrible.
Yeah, it's
You
got
know
that
Chinese bread.
I can see. Look at that. I can see the sweet mayonnaise. I'm gonna get this out of here. I see that sweet mayonnaise peeking out at the bottom there. You see
Yes.
that? And it's gonna be that soft, like really horrid, sweet bread. Yeah,
I can't stand it.
it's probably got pork floss on there. You know,
Probably has pork floss.
You know it does.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You know what pork floss is? Look it up.
yeah,
It's very gross.
yeah. So yeah, this what you're seeing here is from about a year ago. But the reason we wanted to show this to you is take a look at what's happening underneath the road. This is very common in China. They'll have like drainage pipes, or not drainage pipes, like sewer pipes, right?
Yeah.
You know, that deliver water and so on. And they're badly installed, so they break, they come apart, and the water just gushes out in there, and it hollows out the ground underneath the roads. Again, because the roads aren't even all that well prepared. You got a bunch of mud there with the road.
Oh,
on
and they
top.
don't plan it.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't do seismology and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly. So, I mean, here you are driving on a road that looks like a solid road, but it's actually hollow underneath because the water has eroded away all the soil, all of the stuff that was holding the road up. So this is just a good example to see it in action, what's actually happening.
The roads are basically like Kinder eggs.
Yes,
You know.
because it just happened again today in Hebei.
Yeah.
Take a look. Now, it's bad enough that you fall into a hole that's just appeared out of nowhere, but it's full of water. You know. Yeah, it is. So this is a common occurrence around China.
Yeah.
Whenever you see cars just falling into holes, it's usually because a pipe is burst underneath.
You think you're driving on the road, but no, you're driving on the 22nd floor.
That's correct.
You're
Yeah, may as
driving
well
into
be.
hell.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
The pits of hell. Open.
Xiamen Bridge.
Xiamen,
is-
a very developed city.
Yeah, Xiamen. This is like today again, guys.
Yeah.
This is today.
Yeah.
These floods have not stopped.
This is all the way in eastern China.
Yeah, exactly. So we saw very northern China. This is eastern China.
Done central last time.
None of the cities have good drainage except
No.
for Qingdao because the Germans built it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't see these kind of videos coming out of Qingdao very often, do you?
Isn't that interesting?
Now
This is terrifying.
like, I don't know about you, but I don't know if I'd be happy driving in a tunnel that's leaking like that. What's
What's funny is a few years ago we covered a similar situation. I think it was
Yeah.
in Dalian.
yeah? Remember that one?
And that went viral.
Yeah.
For us and for everyone else that covered it. Because it's so shocking to drive under a body of water and then have that
Yes.
tunnel leaking. Because guess what? After that, we saw what happened in Zhengzhou.
Yes,
right?
where everyone-
The 5-kilometer tunnel completely full of water.
I mean, yeah.
This is becoming like people are going to be fatigued at how awful China's infrastructure is.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, that
crazy.
could collapse on you. China,
Yes.
by the way, China is not living in the future unless you watch the movie Waterworld and you think because that is set in the future, right? You know that Kevin Costner movie?
Yeah, it's like a
That,
dystopian future.
maybe that future. Maybe that's...
The water world, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Oh, please explain this.
回去坐，坐好，坐好。别往前挤了，飞机还没停呢。越早起，它起了之后的好不好？先往前跑。
Let's watch.
Oh, you want to watch a little more?
保证自己的安全。
So what you're seeing is a flight attendants and some plane staff in China.
往前挤。
It's like they're holding back the zombie hordes.
Yes, flying to Fujian. So the plane is taxiing. No one is supposed to be standing up right now. This is actually akin to what you see in normal life in China.
Yes.
Nobody waits for the taxi.
Dude.
You know how like when you go on a plane, you got to wait for like the back and then it becomes your turn and you're like line up.
Yeah.
In China, everyone just rushes at once.
It's so bad that the last time I took a flight, as I was landing, and the pilot's like, we're starting our descent. This was an international. The last time I took an international flight going back into China. So the pilot's saying like, we're starting our descent. They normally do that like 20 minutes before you land, right? As soon as he said that, a bunch of middle-aged aunties quickly unbuckled and started to take their luggage out of the bins up ahead. And it's like, come on, dude. And the air hostesses had to come and say, no, sit down, put your seatbelts back on, don't move your luggage, you know?
Yes.
Anyway,
So
but that's not what's happening
No,
here.
what's happening here is there was a rumor that there was a celebrity, either in first class or at the airport or something.
Business class or something, right?
Yeah. So what you're seeing is first class here or business class or whatever it is. I don't know. I can't afford that. This is the staff trying to hold back the coach passengers from wanting to see this guy.
Okay.
I actually have his name here.
All right.
His name is Tian Xuning. Apparently, he's in a bunch of shows. A handsome actor or whatever. Everyone got rumor, at least, that they're going to see this guy. So they're trying to hold him back. But what's funny is that on the Chinese internet, this woman became quite a heartthrob.
Oh,
because of how she glances. She's like, are you kidding me?
You
That's
the
why I had to slow it
hostess?
down. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, people do not want to listen.
不要往前挤，这样好会。健康是你们自己的，摔了啊，你们受伤了都是你们自己的。往后走。
Yeah, too bad. Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess he must be there because look, they're filming someone sitting in a seat.
Yeah.
It's this guy. All right.
This guy holding a hongbao. Anyway, I just wanted to focus in on this glance that stopped the world.
Yeah, you can
I could see it.
Yeah.
We have another Mexican standoff, Chinese standoff.
Yeah. Remember last week? Was it last week we showed a similar one?
We did.
So this week we've got a follow-up.
Yeah.
Where they've got this little path for pushing. It's meant to push bicycles. You're not
Yes.
supposed to ride up it. You're supposed to push, but no one's going to follow the law. So you've got someone coming down, someone coming up, and none of them want to relent. In fact, it's so bad that a father with his kid on the side is like, screw this, I'm just going around down the steps.
Someone else is coming down.
Yeah, rumor is that to this day they're still there.
They're still there, yeah.
This is ridiculous. People's Daily China. Okay, this is the official Chinese, propaganda news outlet. They put out a tweet. Strange how like the Chinese government is allowed to use X, even though they've banned it and blocked it from their own citizens. Isn't that weird?
Very rich.
They can use it to like spread their propaganda all they want. Anyway,
No one ever brings that up.
yeah, they should because it's nonsense. Because the American government can't use Weibo to put out propaganda in China. It's not allowed. Anyway, China recently approved a protein, the blah, blah, blah yeast protein, which converted from CO2 by this and that and the next thing, providing a new solution for solving the shortage of feed protein resources and promoting green and low carbon development.
Whatever.
But, the problem is they put it in butt plugs. Okay? They literally put this out there, and these are just butt plugs. Okay? That's not something I'm into, but, I think everybody, in the world knows what a butt plug looks like because, you've seen it in a movie or you've seen it in a thing or it's somewhere out there. You've seen it in, a shop, in Tokyo or something. I did a whole documentary. Remember that documentary? I went to go to that place in Shanghai. They had all the colorful ones.
I love how the government put that.
The government literally put out butt plugs as part of its propaganda unknowingly because they're that dumb.
They're really screwing up a lot these days.
Yeah.
As
Exactly.
you'll see later in the show.
Yes. Anyway, moving on. Silly buggers.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, we have a word. A great word for you. Please stick around for our word because we like this word. Right, letters and stuff. You ever start your morning feeling like your body's battery's at 20% before you even leave the house? Well, that used to be me until I found something that actually made a difference.
Actually, a while ago, we added AG1 to our daily routine, and I'm not exaggerating when I tell you that I feel changed. I feel like a new man. Every single day is fantastic when I drink my AG1. Here's my routine. I wake up, I pour a cold glass of water, toss in 1 scoop of AG1, and I'm good to go in 30 seconds. Literally that simple. When I miss it, though, I know I missed it. Why do I feel like I haven't hit my nutritional goals today? It's because I didn't drink my AG1 that day.
I started using AG1 to fill the gaps in my diet. Let's be real here, okay? Nobody eats perfectly, but with AG1, I know I'm getting the foundational nutrition I need every single day, and I feel it. My energy is way more stable throughout the day.
It's one of my favorite aspects of it, to be honest. It's honestly one of the easiest things you can do for your health, and it costs less than $3 a day. That's less than your sad little gas station coffee. And guess what? Unlike that crappy little coffee, AG1's actually good for your body.
Yeah, still like that too, though. I have both.
You can have both.
Start giving your body the nutrients it deserves. Just head to our link, drinkag1.com/ADV to subscribe for less than $3 a day. If you use our link, you'll also get a free welcome kit with a shaker bottle, 5 AG1 travel packs, and more with your first purchase. That's drinkag1.com/ADV.
Thanks.
Now back to the show. So back to the show, guys. Thank you for AG1 for sponsoring this video.
Yes.
Propaganda, of course, is what China does. China puts more effort into propaganda than actually doing good.
Yes.
Okay, so what they're doing here is it's blind person propaganda, as usual. China's one of the most blind, unfriendly countries in the world.
Yes.
It's horrific. So they're making this propaganda to say, look, we help blind people.
And they're filming.
Yeah, of course. That's what it's all about. They
Like,
just
all right,
film
you're
it.
done. Now get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Get back in this car from whence you came. Yeah, it's pretty awful.
Can we borrow your blind guy?
Yeah, exactly. That's what they did there. Here they've got like fake rain to make it look like these guys are in a, what's the correct way to say shinku?
Yeah.
You'll probably end that poll.
Oh, yeah.
Just curious.
So the majority of people did not get a notification, 53%.
Wow.
What's up with that? A little weird.
Yeah, it's a little sus.
I'll take a picture of that.
Good. So anyway, to be shinku is to be like, what would you say, like hard?
Suffer.
Suffer. To show how much the emergency response people suffer to help the people. So they have to put on this fake rain, make it look like they're suffering when
Make it rain.
Yeah, exactly. When in reality
They literally bring spraying machines
Yeah.
to make it look like they're
You know why they have to do this? This is because they don't have any real footage of people actually helping in a disaster, like legit. They don't. They have to
rarely,
manufacture it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the stuff is very rare. So they can't just pull on their archives of, that time that they actually helped. They have
Right.
to literally just make it every time. Anyway, let's move on from this stupid propaganda. It's annoying. And onto some tofu tracks.
That's terrifying. Isn't that their roof?
Because you can see the rebar started to corrode and expand. You're done.
这就是上面水泥哈。
I mean, honestly, that whole apartment block should be condemned.
For sure. For sure.
Beyond the Great Firewall, what we got today?
Where we take you inside the Chinese internet to see what's going on. There's some weird stuff going on with garbage and pollution.
Yes.
So there's been this viral trend.
Dude, Huaihua. You remember Huaihua?
Yeah.
Bad flour,
That's
we
why.
called it.
Bad flour. Yes.
Yes.
Huaihua is a place in Hunan. Anyway, there's this massive burning pile of garbage, which honestly, it makes it sound like it's a novel thing because people went to go check it out. This is all over China.
Yeah.
That's why we're showing it.
But it's just, it's piled so high out there in the mountains and it's disgusting. Huaihua, by the way, wouldn't allow foreigners to stay in the entire city.
Yeah.
You could not, they would not allow us to stay in Huaihua.
At least at that time.
Yeah, look at that massive pile of, in fact, we had to trick our way into staying.
It is true.
It's a whole story. We'll tell it sometime. But Huaihua was really bad to foreigners. I'll tell you that much.
So you see this massive pile of garbage.
Goes all the way down the mountain.
These guys there are very brave environmentalists in China that go around and try to solve this.
That guy in particular. By the way, he's just received death threats.
That's what I wanted to bring up. That guy you just saw pointing it out. He goes around and he tries to fix these situations. He's a real hero.
Yeah.
He's like kind of disappointed at what's going on. You know what I mean? And he, in particular, has been getting death threats. And it's not death threats from like a local government or something. It's death threats from people saying, why are you making China look bad?
Yeah, it's death threats from thugs that have been hired by the local governments. They always do that. Then there's a degree of separation.
Yeah, and if they use the national shame excuse, it's kind of something that everyone can buy into.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's
man.
he's making China look bad. Take care of him type thing.
when what they're trying to do is actually fix the problem. So now you have some more perspective on how China operates, right?
That's the same position that we're in. We try to raise awareness for these issues because we want them fixed.
Yeah.
We don't want them to be swept under the rug because it ends up affecting all of us, not just Chinese people, but the entire world.
Oh, for sure.
Gets affected by what the Chinese government's doing in China.
If people are going to partner up with Belt and Road Initiative, or they're going to have economic trade with China, or they're going to have any sort of contact with China, we all get affected.
Yeah, I mean, environmentally, we all get affected. They outfish the seas, all this kind of stuff, right? And because we try to point it out, because we want things to improve, we get labeled as, "Hey more Zhongguo," or smear, black smear China.
Yeah.
And so
Same
we're an
with
enemy
this guy.
to China because we make China look bad. No, sorry, China makes itself look bad, okay? The Chinese government in particular makes itself look bad. And this is the result, Anyway.
There's been this is near a tourist site, by the way.
Yeah, right near a tourist site.
That's why
Makes
this
sense.
was so shocking to people. So this happens all the time, by the way, all over China.
Dude, Chinese tourists are probably like second to none when it comes to littering.
Yeah. It's just accepted that it
Yeah.
will be cleaned up by the
Yes,
staff,
there
so.
is absolutely, there's that mentality that by throwing your garbage on the ground, you're basically legitimizing a job for a street sweeper.
Yeah.
So they just do it.
Yeah.
They don't think twice about it.
You get the random Chinese person that gets really furious at it.
Yes.
Pick it up,
Yeah.
And it's cool to see these people actually
I'm
doing
so
something
happy.
about
That's
this.
why this is very positive that people are pointing it out.
Yeah.
Usually in the past they would not point it out. That's supposed to be their garbage incinerator, you see?
So
it's
this
not
is,
big enough.
I had a dual use purpose for including this stuff.
Yeah.
China's been running a massive propaganda campaign about its incinerated garbage to energy initiative.
Right.
Meaning that it takes garbage and turns it into energy.
Yeah, we've got to get that propaganda and do a slupaganda about it.
Yeah, well, we can get ahead of it here because you see how this actually works, right? There's a reason they're putting this propaganda out, and I think it's in counter to this kind of stuff because they know this stuff's probably not going to hit Western viewers, right?
Yeah, all they want is the China leader in green energy kind of junk for you to see.
So as long as Westerners get to see that China's turning this trash into energy, they don't see that. Westerners don't see this. They look to China for the future, right?
Yeah.
They look to China as some sort of role model. When in fact, in real life, it's like this.
Yeah.
Right. And
this is, by the way, in a very scenic spot on the Yangtze
Yangtze
River.
River, yeah.
This is a completely different place, far away. You're absolutely right. In practice, China can say whatever it wants, okay? And they paint a rosy picture, and they put out fake statistics all the time, and they put out China will achieve this. Not China has achieved that. China will achieve this. And then they just buying themselves time to pollute more and cut more corners and just continue to wreak havoc.
I guess my biggest issue is that when Western media reports on their future plans as if they are a real thing.
Yes.
Or if they, I keep seeing stuff about solar recently, right?
Yeah.
They keep saying, oh, we've achieved solar dependence and now we don't have to worry about using fossil fuels and stuff like this. They can
Prove
say
it.
whatever you want,
Prove it.
right?
Send
But
in-
you're using
yeah.
Chinese government statistics
Prove
in
it.
Western media to
Yeah.
say, yes, that's what they're doing.
It's not true. Send in an independent
Audit.
auditing firm to go and look and test.
They won't allow it. They
First,
won't allow
they
it.
won't allow it because it's fake and it's made up numbers to make China look good and to justify the fact that they keep firing up new coal-powered power plants all the time.
Yes.
They keep wreaking more havoc on the environment, but they can kind of buy time by saying, oh, but our solar is so great, so we're doing good. Meanwhile, they're not.
Meanwhile, they'll show a clip of a bridge in New York City with some trash under it, and they'll say, "Look at how disgusting America is compared
Yeah.
to China." And the reality is, this is China.
Yes.
And this is local people in China showing videos of this.
Yes,
stuff. This
yeah.
is not a secret.
This is not like some CIA, FBI, undercover deep state WEF, Great Reset person doing this. This is a local Chinese person who's stop destroying my area.
The Chinese government will say it is some sort of
Color revolution or
color
whatever.
revolution.
Because they see some
colored
colored
garbage.
packets or whatever, they'll be like, look, color revolution.
太多了。
Check out this beach. This is last month.
Last month, yeah.
这边海滩上
I mean, these people are just frustrated, right?
Yeah, the guy reporting on this, the way he's speaking is why do you have to do this?
Yeah. I mean, it's just a disaster.
Yeah.
大家猜我看到了什么？我今天因为自行车
I'm so happy there are brave people doing this
Me
right
too.
now.
Big props.
Because nothing's going to happen otherwise. You have to make these local governments and the central government lose face.
Yeah, it's the only way. The only way you'll ever change anything. Because if you expose it, then they're like, oh, man, better fix it.
Yeah.
But if you get intimidated into silence, they never have to fix anything.
No,
That's
and they
usually how it works.
usually
Yeah,
don't,
it's usually how it works. Because they'll simply just intimidate people into silence. It's easier that way, right?
It is. It is. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Right? Just operate with it. We used to live in China with our life with blinders on.
Yeah.
We knew this stuff was there, but we'd go like this because we don't want to see it.
We would see it, but we'd ignore it on purpose. And
you
when
don't
we
wanna see
made
it.
videos, if we're making a video, we wouldn't film that. You know what I mean? I did still film a bunch,
Nowhere
near what I should have,
reality.
yeah.
Right.
Because you also know that if you're a YouTuber in China and you're showing the bad side, they're going to kick you out
You'll
and deport you.
never, ever, ever see a YouTuber in China show any of that stuff.
No.
You'll never see it again.
Because then they will actually literally get deported.
Yes. July 6th, Chongqing County in Hubei Province, China Energy Conservation Waste-to-Energy Plants. Here we go.
Yeah.
So this is their huge propaganda campaign
Guys,
right now.
they have been putting out massive propaganda that China is running out of garbage because they found a way to convert garbage into energy in a clean way.
Big scam.
It's bunk. It's rubbish.
Total junk.
Yeah.
It was exposed for long-term illegal discharge of hazardous wastewater, leaving no small fish or shrimp in the river and causing immense suffering for villagers. The blogger stated that what was meant to be a factory for the people has become a source of pollution, and they hope that relevant authorities stop turning a blind eye, provide an explanation to the public, and restore a clean living environment for the countryside.
I mean, it's too late. It's going to take thousands of years for it to...
The Earth will for China to heal will take. I mean, we're at 90% unusable groundwater now.
Yeah, it's just I don't know if it'll ever be able to be fixed, to be honest.
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean you shouldn't try.
no.
This is all from that factory that's supposed to be changing, trash into energy. No, it's just turning trash into trash.
Well, it's turning trash into cancer.
Yeah.
Is what's happening.
Exactly.
Here.
Anyway, guys, it's Soft Power Hour. This is where we talk about how China is trying to change your mind, and I want to quickly show you what's going on here.
Sure.
So let me give you the backstory, and I'm going to explain a little something about how China works.
Okay.
If you want your child to go to a specific school, you must own a property within that district. Okay. And again, when I say own a property in China, you can't actually own land. You can lease your land for 70 years. You can't actually lease the land. The development
lease
the apartment. Okay, so the development company will lease the land from the local government, then you buy your apartment, which is then built on that land, but it still all belongs to the government. So anyway, you have to have an apartment in that neighborhood in order to let your child go to the local school there. Okay, it's like a school district thing.
Yeah.
And there are no exceptions. You can't ask for an intra-district transfer or anything. There are no exceptions. So what happened was a group of parents had spent their entire life savings and bought properties to live in this area so that their children could go to a specific school they really wanted to go to.
Yeah, it's in Dongguan.
Yes, in Dongguan. We're very familiar with Dongguan. We've both been there a lot.
Yeah.
Anyway, home of hobbits. Now, the thing about Dongguan is these people had bought these properties and the slots were open in the school. But after buying the properties, after moving in and trying to get their children to go into the school refused to allow their children to go. The slots were still open. So it wasn't like they'd run out of slots. They just refused them. And presumably because of some kind of corruption where they were keeping the spots open for some government officials or something. So what happened was the parents went to the local government office to protest about it. And when I say protest, nothing violent. They just went there to seek answers.
Yeah.
Okay? And this is what happened. The police turned up and covered them up. You've got children and parents kneeling down in front of the government office, and this is how they respond. They physically
very peaceful.
censor them. Incredibly peaceful. No one's getting violent. They send in, I don't think they realize what a bad look this is, but they're sending in these heavily decked out police officers.
Armed.
By the way, take a look. It says China on the back of his helmet. Perfect.
Good luck.
This is China.
Good luck, China.
Taking these big censorship blankets to block little children and their parents who want to know why they can't go to the school.
This is called stability management.
Yes.
Because stability is more important than actually dealing with anything.
You can see now in this particular shot, you can look over the censorship curtain and you can see little children and a mom and a grandfather or something. These are not people that are a threat.
No.
They're standing
They're not
there.
armed.
They're not burning things. They're not throwing things. They're not causing trouble. All they want to do is find out why they're not allowed to send their children to that school. Because these parents are concerned for their children's education, they get physically censored, physically disappeared by an immense amount of police, all dressed up in SWAT gear. Right? So, I mean, and they keep rapping out more. Look, they got berets on and they're looking all
There's
intimidating.
multiple levels of police.
Yeah. Look at this.
This is very important to them. Not fixing pollution or solving crime.
No, it's blocking it so that people cannot see. So here's one thing I want to say, guys. What good are blue LEDs on buildings at night if you can't even be concerned about your child's education without being physically censored? And this is the big disconnect people have. They think China's living in the future because they see some infrastructure projects which aren't even very well built. They might look nice and shiny. It's just the way it is, right? But that doesn't matter. You can imagine living in a country where, okay, at night you can go to one specific area of a city and see some nice lights. But when you try to send your child to school and they deny it because of some unknown bureaucratic nonsense and you try to go sort it out, the police come and surround you and your children with censorship blankets, and it's not going to end there.
No, I was about to say, that's the silly part.
Yeah.
It's not good that you don't get to go home after that.
No, now you're going to be on a watch list. Now they're going to either detain them or deal with them or mess them up in some way, and they will never recover from this. So what is the point? Why do people praise this government? Why do people think China has it switched on? This is one of the best examples I can give to people when they say China's ahead of anywhere else. This is not ahead. And if you think this is the future, I don't know what future you want. You know, this is horrible. The amount of effort to block some children and parents.
It's embarrassing. Such a bad look.
Yeah,
Absolutely embarrassing.
it is.
What a joke of a city.
Joke of a country.
Country, I should say.
Yeah.
Flint City, too.
Yeah, no, it doesn't stop there. When it comes to cover-ups, Chinese EVs, okay? As we all know, there are lots of different Chinese EV companies because massive subsidies. It's kind of like a rigged system. The Chinese government...
Kind of?
Well, I mean, not kind of. It is a rigged system. The Chinese government subsidizes the hell out of these companies, so much so that in some cases, the subsidy pays for the entire car. They just want to flood the world with these things. But let's get past all that. I've done videos about that. We all know about the 0-mile secondhand used cars so that they can get around loopholes and dump their stuff into developing countries and stuff. But what happens is when you've got these fancy Chinese EVs and they have a problem, like let's say, I say fancy because everyone thinks they're fancy. Let's say the self-driving fails and it
Airbags don't go
crashes.
off.
Yeah, the airbags don't go off or it catches fire or whatever, okay? Lots of problems with these things. Okay, when it does
shit
fail,
quality.
They are. They legitimately
Sorry for the
are.
language, but they're bad.
They are. So when you got a fancy Chinese EV and something goes wrong, like for instance, look, this one has had an accident. And it could be anything. It could have been like a control arm failed. It could be a wheel came off. It doesn't matter. But it's had an accident.
Let's ask the audience.
Yeah.
If they notice something.
What do you see about this?
I want to actually read the chat, and if you're not live, put that in your comment. See if
Yeah.
you can guess before we.
Yeah. What do you see
actually
that's
tell you.
weird about this particular thing? There's a guy there. He's cleaning up.
What's weird?
I mean, number one, it's got a car cover on it.
Yeah.
By the way, not a fire blanket.
Okay. The first
Yeah.
big amount of comments say he has a mop.
Okay, sure. Yeah, he's mopping things up. But okay, number one, that's not a fire blanket.
Success.
Somebody
Success.
figured it out. That is a car cover, and you can see because it's got the cutout for the side mirrors. That's just a car cover.
Ralph Taylor, good job.
Yeah, they're getting it.
Timid noob, good job.
Okay, let's tell him. Look at the wheels. Can you see the wheels? You know that on all cars, most cars anyway, the brand of the car is on the center of the wheels.
Yeah, I'll have like a Honda.
Like a Honda will have a little H or a Mazda 11M or whatever. They have taken tape and stuck the tape over the logo so that people cannot tell what brand this car is.
You know, what's interesting about that is
Yeah.
it's obviously a brand trying to save their face. They don't
Yes.
want the world to see that they're having these failures that will hurt their business, right?
They don't want local Chinese people seeing it because then they won't want to buy that car.
These EV companies are mafias, by the way.
Yeah.
But hear me out for a second. They react to this. When you point this out, the either the EV companies or the Chinese government will send out bot hordes onto
Yes.
X, onto YouTube comments and stuff, and they'll say they're just either covering up an accident because they don't want to show injured people, or these are fire blankets to make sure that the fire, doesn't spread. So this
Yeah.
is help to put out the fire and stuff. And then people go, "Oh, sorry, I misunderstood."
It's not a fire blanket. There are no people in that car. There are no injuries. And also, you don't see this with any other kind of car.
I think the biggest tell is the wheels.
Yes. To tape over.
So if it was a fire and you're
Long
covering
way.
up injured bodies in the car, why'd you cover up the brand on the wheel?
Yeah. Take a look. Completely.
And the
It's-
Chinese people started picking up on this in China and
Yes.
reporting on it.
See, it says the wheels below are also labeled, but that means,
贴标
stuck
了
over.
有些汽车品牌不解决问题啊。
This is
万万
damn.
没想到这次要盖布了，
I never expected this car to be covered with cloth.
亲眼看到盖不过
See for yourself the
这
draping
什么车？
on the road.
万万
Okay, this one is that stupid knockoff Porsche that they have.
盖布了
That，they get all like the shills to go
亲
Yeah.
眼看到盖不过
freak out about.
This is a whatever. Now, take a look. They're covering the car. There's other cars involved. None of those are being covered. It's so that people cannot see what the brand is, so that people cannot see which car is failed.
Yep.
我去，路边
How?
看到一
I mean,
台
is this not? This matches everything we've been covering this episode.
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah, take a look. This car is like stuck on the side road because of a failure.
来看看，轮子好像掉了，这什么
The
车
wheel
呀
fell off.
不认识啊。这栋路口一辆车盖布了，来看看，这什么车呀？
Yeah, you see that one. I mean, they've even got a cutout for the indicator light. The warning light. It's insane. They just cover it up.
亮灯还得亮，
They don't
人
want
物上
people
的
to
标
know.
Yeah.
也扣回去了。
You see, they also took the thing down. But
Chinese
anyway,
people are figuring this out.
yeah, of course, Chinese people are not stupid.
No.
They're looking at this and they're like, "Why is this?"
Yeah.
Because it's only happening with these fancy Chinese EVs. It's not happening with Teslas.
Nope.
By the way, also an EV. So if you were thinking fire blanket or something, why don't they stick a cover over a Tesla when it has an accident? Why are they not putting tape over the Tesla badges? It's only happening with Chinese EVs. It's not happening with normal everyday cars like a VW or anything that crashes there.
Nope.
Only with the Chinese fancy EVs, especially the ones that they're pumping so hard with propaganda.
This is 1984 stuff, dude.
Yeah, it's the stuff that they're like got iShowSpeed sitting in and
Yeah.
whatever. Those ones specifically, they're quickly like, oh crap, it's crashed. Because, when those things crash, it notifies the manufacturer and they immediately send out a team to like cover up the badges and cover it.
So
Dude,
dystopian.
it's insane. And I've seen lots of that footage. This is just a tiny montage. I got a lot. We'll show it in the future again because it's a common practice. Anyway, let's
So this
move
is
on
the
to
big.
this.
This is the big one.
Yeah.
So you guys might have heard a little bit about this. Over 200 children are being treated with lead poisoning in China.
What you're looking at in this picture, by the way, see those like corn-looking things? It's not corn; it's pastry that's been like
That looks so
stamped.
bad.
Yeah, that was made using lead-based paint.
Yeah. So China school chefs in China used inedible paint full of lead to decorate their food. Right.
Yeah.
And this gets very interesting because if there's like a child food scandal thing in China, the public goes wild, right?
Yes.
Because they're like, holy crap, that could have been my kid. That's
Yeah.
just like the melamine milk powder, right?
Correct.
So what's interesting is, let's tell this little story here.
Okay.
You might have heard on the news about the whole like lead paint. They put it in here. Could pause it there.
Yeah.
At this kindergarten, right?
This is a private kindergarten. They're expensive.
But what's interesting is that this particular kindergarten, where this happened with over 200 kids getting lead poisoning, right? It turns out, and this is probably what you haven't heard on the news, was built on a heavy metal dump facility,
Yeah.
where a heavy metal
Factory in
factory waste.
2005, I believe they
Yeah.
shut it down, but that's where they used to dump their They're like excess heavy metal waste.
Yes, so they plop down a kindergarten on here.
Good place.
So that's another variable here.
It's like that what was that movie where they built it on a graveyard, like the and then like ghosts came. It's kind of like that type of idea.
So what's interesting about this is that's another variable, right? So
Right.
let's look at some of the details here. So this is devastating for everyone. The parents are freaking out, obviously. It's well warranted, right? Lead poisoning leads to developmental issues.
This, by the way, is actual surveillance footage from within the kitchen of them preparing it with the lead-based paint.
Yes.
Here's the part that's really, you can see the stuff they bought. Here's the part that's quite telling, is the kids got sick.
Yeah.
And when they found out the kids got sick, the principal told them to hide the paint.
Yes.
Okay, and on the paint, pigment, whatever it is, it said inedible, not for consumption, on the paint packets themselves. It's written there in Chinese. So I guess what happened was the kids got sick, so they were like, "Oh, what could be causing this?" They go in the kitchen, they're like, "Oh, have you been, I told you to buy this, but let's look at it. It says like not edible." So they hid it.
Right.
So when the police went in, they actually found that they found the paint.
Yes.
But it had been hidden by the kindergarten staff.
Correct. So when they tested the food that was made with said paint, the food was found to have 2,000 times the lead national safety limit of lead.
Sure.
Right. So what was interesting is that despite this, right, parents obviously got very upset. You can go ahead and play.
Yeah.
Parents got very upset, and they took their kids in to get blood tests, right, to the local hospitals.
Yeah.
Obviously, due to the corruption of China, somebody phoned ahead, and what happened was when they went in to check the levels, the blood levels, right?
Yeah.
In these kids who all got sick from this lead poisoning, apparently their blood levels weren't so bad, right? Yet still, they were super, super sick.
Yeah.
Right? So what happened was the parents started to pick up on this. And they go, I'm going to take my kid out of the province, out of Gansu province.
Yes.
And I'm going to go get a lead test somewhere else that's not privy to what's happening here.
Yeah.
Right? Very smart.
Yes.
Turns out their blood lead level was off the charts.
Yeah, they took them to Xi'an, to a hospital in Xi'an. Right. All the children went there, and then all of a sudden their blood lead level was much higher.
Yes.
And in fact, the parents were concerned that officials from their hometown were going to come to Xi'an and try to, interfere with the results and interfere with the children. It's a big scandal.
It's sinister. Like the thumbnail says, China is sick. There's something sick happening here because it's better to cover things up than to deal with it. And this is why you don't do any deals or business with China.
Yeah.
Because China is trying to hurt not only its own people, but everyone.
Yeah.
Just
children.
For profit, for face, for development, to win, right?
Yeah.
Some cosmic battle. What's interesting, though, is when they went to these hospitals, when they went to these hospitals, right?
Yeah.
Outside of the area that's been tipped off.
Yeah.
Their blood lead level was 10 to 20 times the amount of lead in their blood compared to the local hospitals.
Yeah, that's what was reported.
10 to 20 times, right? Turns out, also, the hospitals weren't releasing the children back to their parents. They started to hold them ransom because they didn't want them to leave the hospital to go spread this news.
Yeah, they wanted to leave the hospital, go somewhere else, and get a higher test result.
Yes. Absolutely insane. So here's the issue. This is the big development, okay? It turns out, this is some grassroots stuff, people spreading this information around. But obviously, it's a big upset here. Yeah. People started to go, wait a minute, this was actually a dumping ground, right, for heavy metal stuff?
Yes.
So what happened was people started to go test their own blood.
Yes.
The people in this area, and they're coming up with high lead levels as well.
Yeah,
if they
not
go
as high, but still
not as high, yeah, but still way higher than it should be.
Yes.
So these people are picking up on this. So this is actually turning out to be not just like a lead paint scandal, which is obviously they're eating so much lead in these desserts or whatever, right? Pastries or whatever. But it's also probably a local issue to where there's heavy metals and lead in the soil, water, and everything else that's contaminating people. And this is par for the course in China. There's whole areas that fall prey to cancer. For example, we went to a cancer village in Yunnan.
Yeah.
The local well there that people drink out of was poisoning people, and everyone was getting cancer, right?
Yep.
Government shut it all down. They won't let anyone talk about it.
Yep.
People still get their water there. When I say shut it down, they didn't shut down the well. They shut down
anyone
about it.
talking about it, yeah.
So we're in a situation now where this is blowing up into like a very large scandal. And I think if this has the potential to spread, people will start to test their blood maybe for heavy metals and lead in their areas and find out, hey, I'm living in an area that's contaminated as well. Because China's so contaminated.
If you live in China, you should go get a test. If you're an expat living there, go get a test. Just see. By the way, this is a fantastic analogy for China in general.
Yes.
What you're looking at here is the social media feed from the kindergarten. So what they do in order to justify the high prices, because it's a private kindergarten, high prices for the parents, and to be attractive, to draw more people in, is they release their kind of chef's menu type thing, okay, on social media. And what you can see is all these colorful food items, right? So if you're a parent...
It's tasty.
Yeah, when you're a parent, you're looking at this and they're like, oh, wow, that looks great. That looks very attractive, you know. My child will enjoy that. So they got the paints in order to make the food look more enticing and more attractive for marketing purposes. Just like how China slaps lights on all of its buildings at night.
Yes, that's a great analogy.
But at the same time, build very poor quality buildings.
The bridge falls down.
Yeah, exactly. And pollute everyone at the same time. But as long as it looks good, that's the priority. And this is what's happened with this kindergarten. They made it look good. That was their priority. They didn't even pay attention to what they were using to make it look good.
Lipstick on a pig.
Exactly. Right. Lead-based lipstick on a pig.
Lead-based lipstick on a pig that's going to get lead poisoning.
Yeah, because look, you look at this and you're like, oh, wow, that's fancy and cool. You know, and look, the kids
personally
eating
think it looks terrible.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
But I also know that it's full of lead paint, so I might be biased.
Yeah, exactly.
We want this story to spread far and wide. It's very important. So give this stream a thumbs up. We can get it on as many feeds as we can.
We'd appreciate that. But anyway, we'd like to draw your attention to something else, and that is our Monday VIP show, which,
that's right,
of course, is called Shabanho.
On patreon.com/ADVpodcast.
We'd like you to see what you missed.
Yeah.
Let's get past this absolute tragic, horrible story.
We have a lot of important stuff to cover still.
Yeah, we still have a lot. You're right. And we got a Slapaganda coming up too.
Oh,
fun
one.
A good one. Yeah. Anyway, let's get past this.
Northern stereotypes. So what's our picture of the day that you took?
This is one of those super annoying touts.
The ladies can be plump and pale.
Okay.
Having curvy figures and are very trendy compared to the rest of China. The on the end there is completely unnecessary.
We got up and rode all the way down to the border of North Korea, quickly filmed stuff, and got out of there before anyone really noticed we were there.
Yes, the people are much bigger up north.
Eating a freaking animal where it's staring at you is kind of unnerving. I'd prefer not to.
If you go to patreon.com/ADVpodcast, you're going to get access to... Oh, go back, please.
I'll go back. I'll go back.
You're going to get access to that last episode that we did, obviously. You're going to get access to 100+ episodes.
Hey, look, it's double vision.
Oh, it's double vision.
Yeah.
That episode was about the stereotypes you find in northern China. So we've done a series now on Xiaobanhou. This is our extra show, special show. Where we took each province of China and we pitted them against each other in terms of what stereotypes they have for each other.
What the people are like, what the food is like, just in general, what it looks like. And
the mean things they say about each other.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very fun. You get to learn about China a lot, right?
Yes, you do.
So this one was about the north. We've covered the south in a previous episode. Next time, not next week, but at some point, we're going to do the east and the west.
Yes.
But it's a great way to learn about China. Number 2, you get access to all the other episodes we've done. We've done huge things that we can't cover on YouTube because they're a little dicey or they're a little controversial.
Yep.
So this is the place to go if you want to support us and you get access to that. I will say the half price sale is almost over. You know, it's been going on for a while.
Yep.
That's because the slots are almost filled up.
Correct.
So there's a limited number of slots. I think it's like 100 left or something. Yeah. So get in there while you can. Mm-hmm. If you want to join the live tier, the full price tier, you get to watch us live. You participate. Yeah. We have a thing where we handwrite you a Chinese name. We have votes, polls, all that kind of stuff. But if you're not interested in being there live, take advantage of that half price sale now.
Yeah.
So go to patreon.com/ADVpodcast and support us at the Xiaobanhou tiers.
We'd love to see you there. Of course, only if you have the means. We know it's a big ask, but we'd love to see you there. Thank you. Staring at you is kind of unnerving. I'd prefer not to. Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Green eggs and ham eyes.
Yeah. Okay, it's propaganda time, guys. It's my favorite part of the show. And, well, before we even get into this, China is in overdrive propaganda about Confucius.
Yes.
For some reason, they're putting everything they've got into dragging that poor dead man out of the grave.
They're trying to own him.
Yeah, they're trying to own him.
CCP's trying to own him.
And they don't.
No.
You know, Confucius has nothing to do with the Communist Party of China.
It's diametrically opposed to their ideals.
Absolutely. But for some reason, obviously they want to do anything to bolster their image. They're using him for propaganda. So they've been doing this cringe thing, and they did it, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
We covered it on the show.
2 years ago.
On the show, we covered it.
Where they took a image of Confucius, right? Or just a picture of him, like an AI image.
Yeah.
And put it through one of those, like, jib-jab, like, makes your mouth move around, like when you send a greeting card to your mom or whatever, and it's like, you make it talk.
And then they used text-to-speech using Neil deGrasse Tyson's voice.
Or like
something similar.
Something similar, like a riff off of his voice to pretend to be Confucius. So you had this situation where this moving image with a text, it's not AI.
No, it's text-to-speech.
Text-to-speech is pretending to be Confucius, and they pretend to converse with it on Chinese state media.
Yes.
And we're like, well, this is the stupidest, we ripped it apart.
Yes.
They
did it again. You just got to see this. Let's
did it again.
Let's get into it. It's ridiculous.
In a time of uncertainty, do values like social harmony, family ethics, and balance with nature still hold power? And today we're joined by a voice from 2 millennia ago, a philosopher, teacher, and symbol of Eastern thought, now reimagined through AI. Let's welcome Confucius.
Why have you summoned me here?
Master Kong, so nice to see you. And we're going to converse in English. That's even more exciting.
Why? You couldn't create your own Chinese language AI model? You had to steal an American one?
But first of all, let's have some fun. How about a quiz to see if I have what it takes to be a true torchbearer of civilization?
Spoiler alert, you will never be a torchbearer for civilization since you literally work for the Chinese government propaganda department. Let me test your worthiness. Choose wisely. A. Give a mild criticism of Xi Jinping. B. Admit the USA is better than China in at least one aspect. C. Cower like a dog and avoid reality and the truth like all CCP employees do.
All right, I'm pretty sure it's C.
Thought so, you Communist Party running dog. Now let me rest and stop using my image for a criminal government that I would have never endorsed. F*** off.
Wow, Confucius spitting facts.
Everyone give a thumbs up for Confucius.
Yeah.
Let's get those likes up to the amount of viewers here. We got to get it here because Confucius just dropped hot facts.
Yes. So, yeah, you may have guessed it, but we kind of tweaked that a little bit.
But I have to say something.
We made it better than the original.
We did, because I did spoil it here. Just click play real quick.
All right.
You might, surmise that we made that one. However, you also might think that we just made that all up.
Yeah.
No. So before we play this, I want you to understand, this isn't from 2 years ago. They're doing this right now.
This is from this week.
They didn't improve on it.
Nope.
They're like pumping
They made it
this out.
worse. They actually made it worse.
They made it worse than 2 years ago.
They did.
Let's look at the real one.
Yeah.
It's worse than the one we did.
Yeah, let's take a look. So,
in a time of uncertainty, do values like social harmony, family ethics, and balance with nature still hold power? And today we're joined by a voice from 2 millennia ago, a philosopher, teacher, and symbol of Eastern thought, now reimagined through AI. Let's welcome Confucius.
Nice to meet you.
Master Kong, so nice to see you.
This is the official
and
one.
we're going to converse in English. That's even more exciting. But first of all, let's have some fun. How about a quiz to see if I have what it takes to be a true torchbearer of civilization?
All right then. As I always say, it's a joy to keep learning and practicing what you've learned. Here's a quick question, get it right, and I'll call you wise.
Which one of these is not a key Confucian value? A.
Way to change.
Filial piety. B. Kindness. C. Watching short videos for 3 hours.
All right, I'm pretty sure it's
Why did it-
C.
It changed
Why did he-
voice.
So it did like a weird fake Chinese accent.
And then it went back to Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes. Yes.
Why do they like that voice so much? It doesn't suit Confucius.
Why are they saying this is AI and it's like it's literally Syrah AI?
It pretty much is. Here we go.
Like just use an AI model. You have plenty.
Yeah.
Why did you're using a picture and morphing the mouth?
It's not AI. Just like you say, it's like you get those apps where you can like make it talk.
Like 20 years ago.
Yeah. It's
You know
nothing.
what I mean?
It's nothing new. It's Dr. Spatzo level.
Yeah.
But sometimes a little scrolling is good for the soul, isn't it?
To know and admit your flaws, that's the first step to wisdom. Everyone needs to relax. Just don't overdo it.
Well, Master Kong, you lived in a world very different from
know.
ours.
It's obnoxious.
If you could offer one insight for how civilizations can coexist today, what would that be?
Harmony without uniformity. Civilizations may speak in different languages, worship in different ways, yet need not fear one another. True harmony is not sameness, but mutual respect.
That was it. That was the whole thing, by the way. That's what they released. But of course, that's not the only one. So you can look forward to more of these in the future.
They are pumping these out. I can't believe someone in the government, because by the way, the CGTN is the propaganda arm of the Chinese government
yes.
to put propaganda out in English.
Number
when
one.
I say that, I don't mean they when I say that, I don't mean that's like their secondary purpose. CGTN is literally under the propaganda arm of this.
They
CCP.
are the propaganda. Yeah, they are state media.
Yes.
So anyway.
But anyway, my point is, I can't believe someone got a job to make that.
Yes. I mean, anyone can make that with a freaking app.
We made it in 5 minutes.
Yeah, our one is better too.
It's better quality.
The one that we made doesn't have a voice change nonsense.
Yeah.
It works perfect. Anyway, guys, we got exciting news for those of you who don't know. Pig Bay!
Limited edition. Pig Bay merch is out. If you missed it last week, I think it's only going to be up for a couple months.
Yeah.
Perfect summertime treat.
Oh, yes.
Available in many colors. Hand-drawn by our in-house artist, Greg Miller. It's got a front and a back. The back.
The mere mention soothes irritation.
The back has pen.
Oh, the back has pen, yes.
You can also get our China Show merch while you're there. You can get AVP, America Bad Party. You can get Slopaganda, and you can also get a Pig Bay.
Yes.
Go to thechinashow.threadless.com. It's limited print.
We've already ordered our own. We've ordered a
yes.
bunch. I got one for my wife. And
Nice.
I got one for myself. And I got one for a friend.
Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. Looking forward to it. I mean, it's, in my opinion, it's the best one we've had.
It's amazing.
It's great. I love the pick up the bike one.
It's great, but
That's
it's gone.
great. But it's no longer around anymore. I love this one. Super love this one. It's got such good vibes.
That's
Pick it up.
limited.
Pick it up, guys. Won't regret it. And there's lots of choices of colors and fabrics and all that. We got stickers. We got it all. So head over to thechinashow.threadless.com.
So you may have seen this. This is going around. Okay, this is also Slopaganda.
It's still Slopaganda, huh? Yes, I've seen this everywhere.
It's all over the place. And people are glazing China. They're like, oh my gosh, look at their robots.
By the way,
right?
that was a wimpiest little hit that he did. Did you see that? He's like, oh!
Yes. So what's interesting is there is a full clip, right? And I'm not joking, by the way.
Yeah, this is not a joke.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Can we see it?
Yeah.
Let's see the real clip. The arm came off.
It would be nice if people would share around the whole clip.
They never do, though. They just put this stupid, like, curated thing, you know. Look, China, great. The thing's falling apart at the seams. Anyway.
They're really just accelerating the robot revolution to want to kill humanity.
I think so, yeah.
Because, I mean, we have, like, a soundbite we always
we
play
do,
with.
yeah,
It's a little
for sure.
example.
This one.
They're attacking.
They really are. Anyway, guys, time for Worldview. This is where we talk about everything in the world, specifically with regards to China. And this has been going around just in this last day, within the last 12 hours, China has been doing these drills, these amphibious attack invasion drills on the coast near Taiwan.
Yeah, so I keep seeing this get spread around. This is scary. I'll tell you what. Like, we have never downplayed the potential invasion of Taiwan. We think China is going to invade Taiwan. The problem is, like, there's no way to put a time on it, but
Yes.
it's getting more and more clear that it's probably going to happen pretty
Well, I
soon.
mean, when you're like actually rehearsing to do
Yes.
it kind of means you probably want to do it.
It's kind of like when Russia was on Ukraine border, right? And
Yeah,
they're like, no, we
yeah.
won't invade. And the next day they did.
Thing about China is that they're very generally all bark and no bite.
Sure.
You know, the China's final red line. Remember that whole thing?
Yeah, do we still have that soundbite?
No, we don't. I got to find it again. But China's final red line basically means, you know, it's a saying. It's like a joke in Russian.
Yes.
It means that when China says, this is the final line you will not cross, it just means that they're not serious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It means
yeah.
there's plenty of lines left.
Yes, tons of
So
lines.
what's interesting about this is that this was being tagged with Chinese in Taiwan because they claim Taiwan. Right? Taiwanese people think of themselves as independent people. Taiwanese people. China says Chinese in Taiwan, you will be liberated from the separatists. You mean the democratically elected government that they chose, right?
Yeah.
The vast majority of people in Taiwan do not want to be part of China.
No, they got nothing to do with the Communist Party of China.
They're free. They're
Yeah.
free people.
Yeah.
They don't want to live in this.
They've never been under the rule of the Communist Party.
Use your rewind function in your brain to go back and think about what we just covered in this episode. Do you think Taiwanese people want to live under that?
No.
I don't think so. Right?
Nope.
They're richer.
Definitely not.
They're freer.
Yes.
They have freedom of expression, religion.
Their buildings don't fall down when there's a
Yes.
freaking earthquake or something.
Yes.
You know?
They care about life.
Yes.
Right. So they don't want to be part of China. However, China portrays this to its own citizens and to the rest of the world that they do. Right. So this has been going around, and what I found interesting is that this is Chongqing again. This is a Chongqing.
Ni hao,
account.
Chongqing.
It says, Ni hao, Chongqing. Hello, Chongqing. This is like a fun-loving, happy account where they just
Tourist
post, like,
travel.
So this
Guys,
is-
do you see how there's no genuineness? Like when you see this happy, fun travel stuff, it's dual purpose. When
Yeah.
you see that, 22nd floor, you think, oh, it's just travel. It's just harmless. It's not. It's
not.
propaganda. Just like this Ni hao, Chongqing.
It's war.
Yeah. This Ni hao, Chongqing, happy propaganda about Chongqing, is posting war footage.
War.
Yeah.
To say let's read it. In China, we are riding the waves and striking out. I was shocked by the grand scene of the amphibious armored unit of a certain army brigade during their maritime wave formation training. So go to the next picture.
Grand scene, isn't it?
Prepare for invasion of Taiwan.
Yes.
So what's interesting is if you look at this account,
yeah, the Ni hao, Chongqing.
it says government organizations. This is official. This
Yes.
is not just some random person, right? It's got a lot of followers.
Culture, travel, lifestyle, hot pot, and now war. It should have that.
Does this show you what they do? Because this account probably, it is set up for travel and travel propaganda to make
Yes.
you want to go to Chongqing. But the government goes, hey guys, we can mobilize you at any time.
Yes.
Does this not paint a picture for TikTok?
Yes.
Anything that China has a stake in, they can mobilize immediately for wartime purposes. This, to me, is a perfect analogy for what will happen to TikTok when they invade Taiwan.
Yeah.
American TikTok users will get flooded with Chinese propaganda
Yeah.
and try to dissuade them from supporting any sort of support for Taiwan.
Yeah.
You know this is going to happen.
Oh yeah, you're going to be watching some pretty girl dance channel or whatever on TikTok, and it's just going to be filled with war stuff. You're going to be watching cooking stuff on TikTok. It's going to be transformed into why America's bad and why China's better, that type of thing.
And why Taiwan should be invaded.
Every single thing they have at their disposal, the Chinese government will use as propaganda.
This is an Instagram account. See
Yeah.
how they mobilize we love culture and travel and lifestyle and hot pot. Nothing is real, guys.
Yes.
You see this propaganda, if you say, oh, it's just a travel video. No, it's not.
Nope.
And guess what? That's the problem, is that they dupe you into it and they go, oh, I just like to watch things about food. That will become wartime propaganda.
Well, we've seen it where they've used, for instance, Drew Binsky, who's a travel vlogger who went to do the 22nd floor genocide denial stuff in Xinjiang or whatever. They have used him in their propaganda to prove try to prove at least their poverty alleviation.
yeah, like
stuff.
outside of those videos.
Yeah, so he went and he did the
normal tourist
He
stuff,
whored himself to the Chinese government, like all of these people do. I'm sorry to use that language, but if you're doing that, you are a whore. Okay, he did that, But then you get it over with and you like go take a shower and maybe feel better about yourself, right? Sure. But then it comes out later that they're using your image and some clips from your videos in their other propaganda, completely
Which is not
unrelated to your stupid genocide denial travel video. Now it's like, oh, poverty alleviation. Now it's going to be like high-speed rail. Next it's going to be why China's infrastructure is better than America's.
They own you.
Your image and your soul now belongs to the CCP. Well done. Get the hell out of here.
So this is the kind of stuff that you see.
Yep.
It's a great example.
It really is. So what do we got next?
Next up, we have French intelligence claims China is trying to foil global sales of Rafale jets. French officials allege China's foreign embassies leading charge to undermine Rafale sales after India-Pakistan conflict in May. So basically, China was supporting Pakistan in the conflict. It was actually just a testing ground for their weaponry.
You know, remember they even had those like really racist guys who dress up like Indians and they put the jets. I don't have them.
You have a soundbite.
No, I don't. Oh, I do. You're right. Yeah, these guys, right? So they even put like broken toy airplanes on their head and did their like, racist dance. And China was so proud that the Chinese fighters shot down these jets, but there was no proof. It was just made up. And it turns out, at least I've seen rumors that the Indian Air Force was actually using decoys towed behind their F-16s to make China think they'd shot down.
That's rumor, but interesting.
It's interesting rumor. Yeah, that's rumor. Take it with a pinch of salt. But the fact of the matter is, without any like solid proof, the Chinese government and all of Chinese propaganda machine went on the offensive to show that they'd shot down French-made jets, which of course it's not fair because now the French company is seen as having an inferior product without any proof. So that's where this particular article comes from. We'll see where it develops and how it goes. Yeah.
Rafale. You can say whatever you want.
Rafael. You know what I'm saying?
Pentagon is going to take stake in a rare earth company challenging China's control. One of the biggest problems, China controls 90% of the rare earths in the world. Rare earths are used to make everything we need in the future.
Yes. Let's make them common earths.
Yes. Well, they are.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks they're rare. Actually, they're mad common. The problem is they're spread out everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? So to build facilities to be able to refine them is very difficult.
It's also terrible for the environment. And that's something China doesn't care about. But the production of rare earths has so negatively affected people living around those facilities. It's not even funny. China's really destroyed itself.
For sure. Yeah. But the U.S. is going to put all its chips into this massive mine. I guess it should pay itself back within 5 years, apparently.
Good.
If it's successful. So that could be a massive long-term win. Taking the power away from China's kind of monopoly on rare earths is a big strategy.
Should have done this a long time ago.
Well, now we know. Next up, we have the U.S. tariffs are taking center stage. So everyone's talking about Trump's tariffs on Vietnam, on this, on that, whatever. What's really important is this article honed in on the fact that China and the EU, everyone was banking on them being like, well, screw the U.S.
Yeah.
We're going to come together and be friends, right?
Yeah.
Toklek.
Yep.
They didn't.
Nope.
The trade relationship between China and the European Union is becoming increasingly fractured. Trade tensions between the two have long been simmering, but now appear to be heating up. There is little expectation for the relationship to improve. So that's actually interesting news for the global economy because everyone's been banking on the EU and China being this separate entity away from America. It's not happening.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yes. Yes.
So I can say about that.
Absolutely.
And that's it for the main show. It's a Q&A section. This is Yamcha, where we answer your questions and you question our answers, guys. It is Friday for those of you who do not have a calendar. So it's time to relax. I'm going to loosen the tie. For those of you who are not watching live or on the weekend, we bid you farewell, stay awesome. But for the rest of us, let's get right into it.
Gabriel.